What's going on? So, as of today, with this video, we're on our 20th episode. How cool is that? Okay. So, yeah, I have a conversation that I want to show you about a friend who is a facilitator of dance as well as a dancer, right? So, your dance journey can go into a lot of different avenues. You don't always have to be a choreographer, you don't always have to be a teacher, you don't always have to be a performer, you don't always have to be um, a solo dancer or just a duo dancer. You could do both. You could do one, right? You can also be a facilitator of events for other people to learn to dance. And Ivy is one of those people. She's awesome. She's super sweet. And let's get it started. My name is Joel Casanova, and I'm the creator and founder of Beat Hunter Dance. And this talk show exists to help your dance journey be healthy, productive, and 100% yours. Okay, so a round of applause for my friend Ivy, and enjoy the conversation. So why don't you start off with like who you are as a person, just because you're a person as well as someone who likes to dance. So like, what do you do outside of dance, and what are you into, and what are you doing with your life right now when it doesn't relate to dance?
hmm So my name's Ivy. I majored in political science. I thought I might go that direction, but I don't like drama, and so I decided not to do that for now. But anyway, it's an interesting world we live in. So I work a regular full-time job, and then I also have a little Etsy store for jewelry that I make, and then I have one that I recently launched for non-toxic wood wick candles and custom wax seals and some other stuff. So I'm excited about that. It's fun and it keeps me busy.
Cool. I I might have to talk to you about that because I discovered how much I love candles right after I found out that candles can be toxic, and I was like, no one told me this.
Uh-huh.
But anyways, so what
Oh
do you
my gosh,
do?
it's so
What do
fun to
you?
make them.
No, yeah, I there is. Anyways, we could talk about that forever. But there was a
Uh-huh.
workshop that happened near my house, and I was like,
Oh,
torn because
fun.
yeah. So it was like a hot chocolate candle, which just is super.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So, anyways, what do you do with dance like currently? Like, what takes up most of your time when it comes to like the dance world?
So I host my own monthly themed ballroom dances. They're targeted to young adults. We do have all ages of adults attend, but they're targeted to young adults in the sense that we have maybe more of an emphasis on swing, Latin, country than we do on foxtrot, rumba, such like that. And we'll have some faster paced songs, things that are a little more geared toward a little bit of a younger energy level. Although we have quite a few older people that can definitely keep up with it, so that's impressive. So yeah, that's super fun. That takes about 40 or 60 hours a month to do.
Sheesh.
As Yeah, as far as planning the whole playlist, we have like 10 to 15 dance styles that we play regularly at every single dance. We have beginner and intermediate lessons that run at the same time for 45 minutes. Then we have 2 hours and 15 minutes of social dancing, themed decor, themed snacks. It's so fun. It's a lot, but it's fun. And we only have an hour to set up. So we have 10 people come an hour before, and we have 10 man hours of setup time in an hour. So
Sheesh.
it's a whole thing, but it's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So, when were you first
hmm
introduced to dance? Like, when did this like get involved? Was it a family thing? Did you dance as like a child, or like formally, informally, or?
So I had some friends at our church that were dance teachers when I was about 12, and they decided to host a dance class in our fellowship hall.
Oh,
So that was a super cool opportunity, and I think they did it like every Sunday night for 3 months or something. So we got to learn several of the different ballroom styles. But of course, during high school, there's not, unless you're really plugged into the dance world, a whole lot of people to practice cha-cha with. So I forgot, most of it. And then one of my friends in high school decided to start teaching a swing dance class. So she did that for a year or two, and a bunch of friends of mine went to that, and that was fun. In college, I went to a small town, so nobody there really wanted to dance much. I tried to teach a few of them, even, with my very basic non-technical knowledge, just like somebody dance. So tried to do that, but it didn't really take off. And then when I came back from college, we started going to East Coast Swing every weekend. And then got involved with SMU ballroom competition team, made friends with them, and they started bringing us to their different ballroom social dancing places in DFW.
Got it. So what was your first impression when they first, was it like, I would love to do this, or was it just something fun? Did you know you'd be continuing it after college? Or what was the like lasting impression? Like where did that come from?
Like when I was 12 or like after college?
Yeah, I'm thinking like there's plenty of things we do at the age of like 10, 11, 12, 13, that whole range where it's like we've tried
Uh-huh.
certain things and then we just kind of never come back to them. But you kept doing it in high school, at least a little bit,
Hmm.
and you came back to college and you're like, hey, I'm going to do this every single weekend. So, like, where did that
Yeah.
passion for it come from?
I think I always wanted to do it. And probably, I mean, even to the extent, I don't know that when I was a kid I knew much about ballroom dancing, because when I was like 9, if you're not in the world, you don't know. But
Yeah.
we would see Olympics and just watch, the figure skating and just like slide around on our socks and on the wood floor and stuff like that. So I think I always wanted to do it. And we went and saw
Mm.
ballet sometimes and always thought that was super beautiful. So I think at 12, if I had had someone to practice with or a regular opportunity to do it, I think I would have just kept doing it, probably as much as my time would have allowed. But it just didn't, it wasn't a big opportunity, I guess, at that point. And so whenever the encourage them to put some like swing and waltz songs on the playlist,
Mm.
and would send them, a list of recommendations. So they did sometimes.
Yeah.
But a lot of it was just jumping up and down. And I so as much as I love dancing, I do not have a knack for it, and I feel so awkward anytime trying to do that one person dancing. I cannot. So, I just was like, "Oh man, can someone do partner dancing, please?" So, a few of us even practiced some aerials in high school. And I actually, so I was homeschooled, as you know, and so the
Yeah.
homeschool prom, yeah.
Represent.
Yeah. The homeschool prom, has like a bunch of people, like 1,000 people. But
Yeah.
in high school, I was like, well, I don't have anyone to particularly go with. And I don't really have anyone that knows how to dance that like would stay and hang out with me for the whole evening and dance with me a lot. So I'm not that motivated to pay like $100 to go. So especially, when you're a high
Mm.
schooler and you don't have a job, $100 is like your yearly budget for fun. So I was like, let me just plan my own. So me and a few friends, I think I knew you during this, but I don't know that I knew you were into dance. So I don't think I
Hmm.
probably invited you, I guess. But
Yeah, we're kind of.
we planned to, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
I think we're like kind of ships in the night in that way. That like I
Yeah.
had known of you and I knew you did something dance wise, but at that time, ironically, I was
Yeah.
specifically into solo dancing as hip hop. So even at that time, if I knew, I'd be like,
Uh-huh.
I don't like partner dancing. And now I'm like looking back, being like, Joel, what are you doing?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so me and some friends decided to plan one at a pretty church fellowship hall, and we called it the Storybook Ball. We actually had 60 people attend. So I was pretty
Well,
impressed by that because that's about what my current numbers are, 50 to 75 currently. Of course, most of them didn't know how to dance. But we still had fun, and ended up planning a couple more. The first one had the most momentum because it was so much novelty.
hmm,
But the other ones, we still had about 30 people or something attend, but it's just so expensive to plan dances that it wasn't enough to continue doing it. And I'm sure, with senior year and stuff, I was pretty busy and then going off to
yeah,
college. So, but then when I came back, so I probably, if I would have stayed in the area for college and been plugged into a dance community, probably would have continued it, but I didn't. start planning them again until a little bit after COVID, because or kind of during it, because we still wanted to dance, but a lot of places were closed down.
Hmm.
And so we were like, we're young, like most of us have naturally gotten it. We're not that afraid of it. Like if it's just us young people and we just all consent to being there,
Yeah.
everybody who's sick stay
Sign the
home.
waiver,
We'll
you'll be fine.
yeah, we'll just hang out a few of us and dance. And that was, 10 or 20 people together for the
Yeah.
first several until things got more chill.
Yeah.
So,
So
mhm,
where did you go to college and like what? So you kind of planted seeds, ironically, of what you're doing now. Before you went to college, you did all the things. You put together several dances.
mhm.
College, what, a couple hours away, and then another state, or where did you go?
Yeah, it was 3.5 hours away. It was in Brownwood, Texas, which
Okay.
is in the middle of nowhere. Yes.
Yeah.
They have 30,000 people. They have a smoky bowling alley and they have a movie theater with off-season movies. And that's about all there is to do there.
Got it.
So
So you're
there was
like,
very much
let's
no
dance.
dance scene except for two people two-stepping in a barn. Like that was literally the dance scene.
Got it.
So yeah.
And
hmm
got it. So and then you graduate, you come back, and on your web, well, I guess we'll circle back around to it. But on the website for what you have right now, you have a lot of resources doing of like people who teach private lessons, people have studios. Like you are very
hmm
aware of the people in Texas or in the area that you're in that do this already. So what was like
hmm
the tipping point where you're like, I'm gonna do my own thing? Because I didn't know you had already done it before high school, but what made you come back and
hmm
not just join someone else's studio or thing
hmm
or classes?
Yeah. So I would say the first part was really just because things were closed. So I probably planned, well, basically, actually, the same dance teachers that taught me when I was 12, which is so cool, said that they knew of a pretty ballroom nearby that they could rent and do lessons for us again.
That is
Um,
awesome. Like full
yeah, it's
circle.
really amazing. Yeah, so we're still good friends with them. So that was like the fall of 2020, like November. So the guy that I was dating at the time was a really good ballroom dancer. And I wanted a place to dance with him and with my other friends. And, there were 10 or 15 of us that were like, oh man, it's been like a year since we've been able to go dancing. We really miss it. And so they at first started just doing that where they would like teach something and we'd do social dancing and they would handle renting it out. Then at some point they, I guess, were like, why don't you all just handle it directly since you know what you want to do? So they gave me the lady's contact information and it that's been one of the easy things of this is working generally with pretty easy people. And
Hmm.
so the people who have owned the locations, the three different locations I guess that we planned them at, um, thankfully, I was able to just text them and be like, "Okay, we wanna do this date. Okay, it's this much. Okay, it's not that." It just was handled so easily with renting it. So that was really a blessing. And, having the foot in the door of knowing a really pretty big space,
Yeah.
they ended up putting carpet on their dance floor a year and a half ago, which was sad. Um, Someone else bought it and they didn't wanna continue their current already existing streams of revenue and decided to carpet it. So
Ooh.
we found a new one, but we like it. And
Yeah.
actually the new place, which is really crazy, is, the second location I ever planned to dance at when I was in high school.
Whoa.
So, not crazy, but
Once
it's a
again.
beautiful place. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
in downtown Carrollton, it's an old movie theater, it's got a floor specifically for dancing. So it's a very nice venue.
Nice. Yeah. I
Mhm,
think so much can be said about one, dealing with people that are easy to work with, and like how much like people
mhm,
who are even not doing something themselves, supporting other people who
mhm.
want to do something can make huge
Yeah,
change. But also, again, the high school like seeds that are planting, like a lot of times people will see our dance journey or just life in general as like a straight line. But it's like for you to
mhm,
plant some seeds, water them, leave, then come back,
mhm.
and it's like this is the second place I plan to dance at. Now this is where we operate out of.
Yeah,
That's super cool. So,
that is super cool.
questions not just for anyone who's watching this, but for myself, is
Uh-huh.
swinging on a star is your thing? Is that a business that you have, or is that just the name of it, or?
Um, well, at one point in the group chat, we were like, I guess we should name this something. And so I thought about it for a while and some people threw out suggestions and since we have probably a little more East Coast swing than any of the other dances,
Mhm.
just so that if someone already knows East Coast swing, they know some things to do when they come and they feel a little less awkward. And
Yeah,
because a lot of young people really like it. So I thought, okay, it has the word swing in it. It's a reference to a Frank Sinatra song. It just kind of got that classic, a little bit like, romantic fairy tale vibe. And so it
yeah.
just seemed to really fit. So
Okay.
I would say that's probably the name of like the organization or business, I guess. I am right around the break even point at most dances. So whether you call it a business or not, I don't know. I
Yeah.
haven't filed a tax ID because I'm not making money yet.
Yeah.
So anyway, so yeah, I guess that would be the name of the business or whatever.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
And then
So,
we have names for each of the events, under
yeah.
that. And that's the
Yes.
names of the social media pages too, is Swinging on a Star.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you are kind of going out of pocket, and then people are paying you ahead of time, or people are paying for it so you can have the money to pay for the space.
So they pay at the door.
Okay.
So I know how much the place costs, and then I know how much we're gonna pay the dance teachers. And then there's the food budget and the decor budget. So each time I'm like, okay, this is what I would like to do. How much of that can I justify doing compared to how many people do I think are gonna come? So,
Yeah.
I just have to be like, okay, well, if, I know we regularly get about this many. If we have some less, I need to just be comfortable that some months I lose a little bit of money on it. And so that
Yeah.
definitely has happened. And there have been some months where I've made some money. I would say I'm still in the red to some extent, because I've been doing this for 5 years.
Yeah.
So probably over the past 5 years, I still have some to make up before I'm gonna make a profit.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna just plug in my phone real quick. I have the plug right here. Um, yeah, but it's okay. So it costs about $800 to $1,200 to host each of these dances.
So you have basically like theme ballrooms every month, and it's once a month,
Hmm.
and then
Yes.
you do all the decoration. Well, you and a team of like 10 people do all the decorations,
Hmm.
and you have um, instructors, and there's like a beginner and intermediate, and everything that kind of comes
Hmm.
along. Was there ever a point where you saw like an uptick in growth, like? It was like, hey, at this one time, it kind of like boosted, or was it always like a slow snowball effect? Because you said you've been doing it for like five years, right?
Hmm. Yeah. I think it's been kind of slow growth.
Mm-hmm.
There definitely, as we've met different people from different groups and stuff like that, there have been times that we've gained more people at a time. And especially for some different events, like maybe the Sleeping Beauty Ball or the Nutcracker Ball, or depending on how many ads we run.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been kind of just slow growth. And then also, sometimes people will get married or have kids or move away or have a different phase of life. So we definitely have people kind of filtering in and out over the years a little more so at different times.
Yeah. There,
Hmm.
there's also like a skill to keeping a community of people together, and keeping on your website you have a really comprehensive list of like things uh, uh,
Hmm.
like comprehensive like idea of what the atmosphere should be like making it
Uh-huh.
comfortable, making it appropriate, making X, Y, and Z, which is awesome, especially
Yeah.
for partner dancing.
Hmm.
What would you say is like the glue that kept your specific group of people together? Because sometimes like things happen and then they just kind of fizzle out. But you guys have been going
Hmm.
for a pretty long time. Again, with people phasing in
Yeah.
and out with chapters of life.
I would say you know in the Bible how it says we should be known by our love. And I would say that is really the glue that holds our group together is how much everybody loves each other. And of course, there are some people that know each other better than others, but it's a very friendly group, and we have not had any problems with people in the core group, as one might call it. You know, the people that really
Yeah.
know each other, being cliquey. Everybody is so friendly to the new people, very gracious, not snooty, very humble, very much like, oh, do you want to tango? Oh, I don't know that. Okay, don't worry, I'll teach you, you know? And
Yeah.
so I think that's really good. And so because really, especially in like the setup and stuff, I was thinking about it a couple months ago and I was like, I would like to think that there's some way that I could configure this that if everybody bailed, I could do it all myself, you know?
Mm.
Because, every once in a while there's, people that can't make it or whatever, and or just various problems that arise. And I thought, you know what, I just can't. It's too big an event. With 1 hour of setup time, there's just no way I could possibly pull off the
Yeah.
setup and the execution of the actual event the day of by myself.
Yeah.
And so having people that are willing to help, I have another friend who helps manage the social media, and she makes most of our video clips that you see. She does such a good job, and a lot of our people are really just um, they are volunteers, and so almost nobody is paid. So it's really a great group of people, and very kind and loving. And so I think that and everybody's cohesion together outside of the dance as well, if someone's sick, bringing them stuff and just messaging each other throughout the month to see how people are doing and checking in if somebody is struggling. I think because there is a lot of closeness between us, especially as far as um, just people needing stuff, or trying to help more people learn to dance or do um, different like social dancing together and stuff like that. It's really great.
Yeah. Um, I've said this is the past couple episodes of the talk show that I'm really realizing how much dance is never just about dance. That it's always like something
Mhm.
behind it. You know, it's like the people that are behind it are really what's the most important part about dancing. Dancing is just like the
Mhm.
we're using. So do you have any stories about other dancers? You don't have to say their names necessarily, but other dancers
Mhm.
that were affected personally, or even yourself that were affected personally because of the community, or just being connected to dancing and keeping that love
Mhm.
alive.
Well, there definitely is a personal aspect to it outside of just dancing. So two of my friends have ended up meeting their soulmates at our dances, so that's cool, and marrying
Yeah.
them, and
Cool.
literally like at the dance. Yeah, it's really cool. And so that's of course really affected them, and then affected our whole friend group, and just so many people that have felt like, they're very kind people and givers, but maybe they have been in a friend group of people that were not that way and kind of gotten
Mm,
burned. And so when they found this group, aside from just the fun of dancing and learning something new and being active and just the incredible joy that dance brings, that I don't think people understand what a wonderful, healthy activity it is.
yeah.
Um, they um, they really benefited from the community and just having such a healthy, kind group of people, and be so supportive and really become friends with them at the events and then outside. And so there definitely is a lot of, oh my gosh, it's so good to see you at the dances. So it's not just the dance element, but it is the, okay, everybody gets to see each other once a month and be really excited about that. So it's nice.
Yeah. That's awesome. So, in terms of your own personal dance journey, how has, while you're building this, while you're planning it, you're decorating, creating flyers, you have people helping with social media, and everyone's really self motivated to do it. As you're kind of like spearheading it, and as the
Hmm.
one who started it, um, how has that affected your dance journey specifically? Have you gotten more connected? Have you just grown in skill more? Like, what is the biggest effect that doing this on a regular basis, at the very least once a month, but it's a very big once a month event?
Hmm.
Um, how has that affected your personal dance journey specifically?
So I would say the biggest positive like growth in the dance journey, I guess, would be just being more connected with different people in the community,
Mm.
as far as different people that plan other events or different teachers and stuff, because I'm coordinating with different teachers. So all the teachers that were listed on the website are teachers that teach for us.
Okay.
So there are other teachers, of course, that I can recommend, but the ones that I most highly recommend, I try to get to teach for us sometimes.
Mm.
So all those people are people that I have very personal relationships with, I would say, and some more than others, of course. But so talking to them, and then because ours is only once a month, I have invested interest in pointing them toward other events, so it's very much not a conflict of interest to
Cool.
say, "Hey, go check this one out, check this one out," you know? If anything,
Mm.
as far as it relates to me, it's better because they learn more and they're dancing more, and so they're more motivated to go more often, and they come and they
Mm.
have more fun at our events. But even as far as, of course, it doesn't relate to me, I just wanna see them connected, and I wanna see, like, dance really thrive in the DFW area and everybody have more people that know how to dance and can enjoy it and fun people to dance with. So there's been a lot of collaboration as far as that and cross promoting stuff. So that's probably the biggest thing. I haven't had as much time to go dancing myself as I would like. So there is one that I go to every month that also does cross promote ours. It's really fun. And so I go to that one pretty much every month that I can make it. And then there are some other ones that I'll go to. I wish I was going more, but it's just time and money. But I would say at our events, I probably am not dancing as much as I would like to because I'm like hosting it. And
Yeah.
so I have some responsibility to greet new people, as I can, finish setting up the snack table, restock it, make sure the sound system is not a disaster, and then new people saying like, "Oh, you don't know Foxtrot? Okay, come to the side and I'll teach you the basic." And so I spend mm, a, at least half the time at our dances doing hostessy things.
Mm.
But I do sneak in a few dances, so I'm trying to get it to the point that things are good enough by setup time that I don't have to do much with that, and I can mostly just dance and greet people and teach them some basic things, so,
Yeah. That's cool. That's
yeah.
cool. Um, is there ever a before we kind of wrap things up, is there ever like a crossover for people who are dancing for the first time? Like, um, for example, I get a lot of students who are, um, I'm kind of serving this community in my area of people who are adults that don't have like the access to um, dance
Mhm.
lessons because everyone stops at like 18 in studios. And so I'm like,
Yeah.
that shouldn't be your reason for to stop
Mhm.
dancing. Or like people who are like, hey, I'm like 30, 40, 50. I'm like, can I still come to
Uh-huh.
dance? And I'm like, yes, you are a human, you're breathing, you should be dancing.
Yeah.
Like it's good for you. And there's so many, I would love to do eventually on this talk show, like an episode just on the benefits of dance because
Mhm.
like, besides it just being fun, there's so many legitimate, like physical, mental benefits that you can get just by dancing. Um, but like you, when we were first setting up to talk, you were talking about the transfer of the connection of like dancers to like non-dancers and like that
Mhm.
connection. Do you ever see those like melding, or does that take like an intentional effort, or is it just the environment that you create?
So we have some people that are very excellent dancers that are teachers or competitors and have been doing it for a while. But
Mm-hmm.
we have quite a few people that have never danced before.
Oh,
So
that's
it's a
cool.
huge honor to have them step onto the dance floor the first time at our event. I mean, that's amazing.
Yes.
So that's definitely a really cool opportunity. And I put in just about every event and Facebook event and email that no partner or experience is required, which
Mm.
really puts the bar for entry pretty low as far as, you don't you don't really have an excuse to say, oh, but I can't talk anyone into going with me, or like,
Yeah.
oh, I've never done it before. Like, we have a basic lesson. You don't need to know anything. And
Yeah.
we definitely do have those people that have never danced before. So that's quite cool, and our people are real friendly. And there's a good enough balance of people who have danced and who haven't that it's still, a fun dance. It can
Yeah.
be kind of overwhelming when there's a lot of people that haven't danced before. You know, it would not be as fun if it was like more than half, but we generally have like, oh, 5 or 15 people that haven't danced before and 50 that have. So
Mm,
it's much more easy when they ask them to dance for them to just teach them a couple basics. So it's a good ratio.
cool. Very cool.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the environment. You remind me very much of my friend Catherine, who she has a dance studio, but like the atmosphere she's created is so welcoming, and that's a
Mhm.
gift, So I really appreciate it. Where can people find you and Swinging on a Star on social media? If you don't want to give your personal, you could totally just give the Swinging on the Star social media.
Um, yeah, so on Facebook, it's just called Swinging on a Star, and it has a blue profile picture of two people that look kind of like they're dancing. And then on Instagram, it's at Swinging on a Star Ballroom. You can also go to our website, which is soasdance.com. So if they're having trouble finding the correct Facebook page, just either go to the Instagram and find it from there or go to the website.
Cool, awesome.
So
Hey,
it's
thanks.
fun.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I hope I can connect people who are also in the like Texas scene to you. But thank you
Nice.
so much for sharing your story. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. It was super fun.
Absolutely. Yep. She's the best. So this is her Instagram, or the Swinging on a Star Instagram. Um Swinging on a Star Ballroom for the Instagram, or you just take the acronym and put dance after it for the website. So SOAS dance.com. If you're ever in the Texas area, or you live in the Texas area, I think she mentioned DFW, right? Dallas Fort Worth area. Um, you should go because it's super fun. So I was born and raised in Texas, or not born, but raised in Texas for the majority of my life. So I know that area. And so when we've gone back, I actually went to one of her earlier dances. It was super fun, and it's just gotten better since. And yeah, it's important to find, especially for social dancing, um, areas and people and instructors and environments and atmospheres where you are like safe and welcome and comfortable, because that comes from the top down, right? So the very first episode, not second episode, very first interview that I had on the show was Kiana Urban. So she is one of those people in my area, right? It comes from the top down. Like, she sets the atmosphere, and it just keeps everyone on the same page. Ivy's also one of those people, right? So she sets the thing from, she literally sets up everything, and then the environment stays the way it is because she is intentionally keeping everyone in a good atmosphere, especially when you're working and dancing with people. In hip hop, you don't necessarily need to have like a partner dancing, or like working with someone like a duet, or interacting with people. You can just learn the dance by yourself and just keep to yourself, which you should make friends. But right, so partner dancing is super important when it comes to atmosphere. So yeah, go to Texas, meet Ivy. She's the sweetest. Go to a dance, live your life. It's awesome. So here's my information. I have a website and an Instagram, beathunterdance.com, or at beathunterdance, or you can get me on my personal, which is Joel M, as in Michael Casanova, Joel M Casanova. Um, yeah, as we continue with the solo episodes that happen on Mondays, I'm going to start piecing the chapters of POV together. So eventually I'm gonna edit all of them together into one large compilation as I release the book itself. And the information for Hip Hop Musicality which is on Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern time, is I'm gonna put it up in a second. So be there for Monday, because I'm going to be talking about who you dance with and the people you dance with /for. And there's a difference between dancing with someone versus dancing for someone, which is very in vein with what Ivy talked about, and having an environment where people love each other and are connected to each other. So have a great day, and here's the information.